Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's edition of Athletes in Motion. I want to once again thank Jordan Palmer for joining me on the show a little earlier. What he's doing with young quarterbacks throughout our nation is definitely inspiring, and we will keep an eye on his success and the success of his quarterbacks. Well, now we turn the page, literally, to a new book that's out called Z-Fast, written by John Zehren. John coming to us from Los Angeles, California tonight, and I have to say that fasting is definitely something that is really hot right now. And John, I have to ask you, what inspired you to write this book and why did you fast?
20 pounds in 5 years. What was I to do? I tried everything. I tried to portion. I tried to cut calories. I tried to do anything I could think of, including exercising. But I live in a crazy, busy life like you do. Who has time to exercise or try to lose weight? But I stumbled on something awesome. It's called fasting. And in my book, Z-Fast, I figured out a great way and great methods that are proven to help you lose weight. I lost 20 pounds over 10 weeks, and I kept it off for 7 years straight. And I'm going to show you how to do it with my methods.
Well, John, I got to ask you, can you really go 24 to 48 hours without food and function properly in today's environment?
You absolutely can go 24 to 40 hours without having any food at all. It can be done, and it's not as hard as you think. But what happens is you turn on your fat burning machine. Since there's no calories at all in your body, in your bloodstream, you have to go and get energy somewhere. What happens when you're fasting is that energy is gained right from your subcutaneous fat, your belly fat, right? The fat under your neck. It goes and gets it and it turns on your fat burning machine. Studies have shown your metabolism actually increases when you're fasting. And that's the secret of fasting. The burn of calories plus the fat storage goes away.
John, does it matter how old you are or what type of shape you're in?
Certainly you want to be in decent shape and check with your doctor before you do any kind of a fast and before you get on something like this. But this has been working for people of all ages. Certainly if you have the fat that you want to get rid of, you're a candidate unless you've got a major health issue. But as I mentioned before, you don't have to portion. You don't have to try to cut certain things on certain days. This is slamming the door on calories. You absolutely just don't eat for one day and you will lose that weight. And then you go back to your normal lifestyle like I do on weekends. Again, food and wine, having a beer, having that dessert. It's okay because you've shut the door on calories earlier in the week on a full day fast.
Well, John, just like everybody else, I love food. I love all kinds of different food. But when you're fasting and you come off of it, does food taste differently?
No, the taste of food does not change when you fast at all. In fact, when you're done fasting, food tastes phenomenal. You're so excited, even to have a half a sandwich when you come off your fast. You just love the food. And in my book, you'll note that your stomach actually shrinks up when you fast. And the next day, when you come off your fast, there's no way you can eat a full meal that you think you normally could. So again, after the fasting day is over, the next day, your stomach's shrunk down and you just can't eat as many calories. I call that the after effect of fasting. A smaller stomach helps even reduce those calories even more.
Well, John, some people might say that good things come in threes. I'm one of those, of course, because I'm a very positive person. But I have to ask you, what is the triple burn effect?
The triple burn is a very interesting effect that happens when you're fasting. 3 things happen. 1, first, you don't have the calories coming in your body, therefore you're losing weight. 2, by not having those calories, your body jumps its metabolism and goes and gets the fat from your fat storage areas, obviously the fat around your belly or whatnot. That's 2 things that happen, right? Your fat burning machine turns on. 3, if you exercise while this is happening, you get the triple burn of now expending more calories than you would be by exercising. The triple burn. 1, calories are not being put in your body. 2, the fat machine gets turned on. 3, exercise burns even more. That's the triple burn for fasting.
Hey, John, can I exercise when I'm fasting? Is that okay?
A lot of people ask if they can exercise while fasting. The answer is absolutely yes. There are many studies that show exercise with fasting actually burns more fat and builds lean muscle. There's a huge jump in your HGH, human growth hormone factor, when you're fasting, up to 2,000% in men. So exercise when you're fasting can be a very effective tool for burning that fat faster than just fast alone.
John, I'm guessing you're the smart guy here on this interview. You probably have 1 or 2 more degrees than I have. But I have to ask you, what does the interventional fast mean?
People ask about the interventional fast. This is one of the methods I describe in the Z-Fast book that I now have out on Amazon. The interventional fast simply means if you hit your lifetime weight commitment level and you go over that weight for 2 days in a row, you promise to yourself in writing that you will fast. You will fast within 24 hours and lose that weight. If you're able to do this, like I have for 7 years, you will never be 1 pound over your lifetime commitment weight for your entire lifetime. I'm 7 years into it. You can do it too.
John, I'm not the type of guy that gets a lot of sleep to begin with, but I have to ask you, when you fast, does that have any effect on your sleep? Is it good? Is it bad? Your thoughts?
I've noted significant increase in my ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. In fact, when morning time comes, when I'm on my fast, it's hard to get out of bed. So my sleep is definitely improved. And I think it has to do with a lack of those calories right before you go to bed that can spark your digestive system and keep you awake. When you're fasting, there's nothing happening with your digestive system. It's basically asleep when you are, and you will find that sleep is actually improved on fasting days.
John, back in the day, I was a high school wrestler, and each and every week we had to hit our target weight. And I know that was hard to do back then. But tell me about the method of picking an exact weight that you want to be and going after it.
Right, so through the Z-Fast, you'll pick a day a week and you will fast that day and drop this weight over a period of 10 weeks or so. Once you lose your 20 pounds and you have gotten to the area you want to be into, you need to commit to a lifetime of being at that weight. That's where other diets fall off. If you be at the Atkins, you can do that for a while. You can't do it your whole life. You can try to portion, but you can't portion your whole life. Through fasting, you can commit to a weight that you promise to stay at. Once you hit that promised weight, you're going to stay on that weight no matter what. And I think that commitment to saying, I will fast to maintain this weight for the rest of my life is the difference between success and falling off the wagon and gaining that weight back again.
Without a doubt, John, learning about you, I know how busy you are. So what motivated you to write this book?
Yeah, so I lost this weight and I tried everything. And I was virtually surprised at how easy it was to fast and lose this weight. And so I wanted to get the word out to other people in America that were dieting to bring them a method that actually works. I'm a little bit against the industry where you charge all this money for certain equipment, for certain diets, for certain meals, that that you get sucked into this whole concept of trying to lose weight, and they're just trying to make money. I'm not making any money on the Z-Fast, nothing. It's just a method to losing this weight. And I'll say this, my favorite part about the Z-Fast, it's very cheap to be on a Z-Fast diet. It costs you nothing.
Well, absolutely. Nothing being the cost, that's tremendous, and definitely that is something to think about because so much money is spent on all these weight loss programs. With that said, how do you compare fasting to all the other diets out there? We've talked about it, but fasting is not a diet, right? It's something different. Tell me your thoughts.
I think fasting through the Z-Fast method is a lot different than other diets that are out there. First off, it's not a diet. It's about not eating, right? It's about skipping meals to get to a weight and maintaining a weight that you want to get to. Other methods, they simply restrict and portion you, where fasting, you actually shut the door on calories completely for a period of up to 24 hours or 36 hours. During that period, something special happens. Doesn't happen with other methods. You are actually turning on a fat burning machine because your body needs some kind of energy to keep you going through the day, and it will do that. Now there's a little bit of pain and you feel your stomach growling and you may even get a very slight headache for half an hour, but when you work through that, your body now has jump-started your fat burning machine, and that's when you really start to lose the weight and drop and shed those pounds. And it's an amazing thing when you're actually able to get there. And honestly, it's not as difficult as you might think. There's many religions throughout history that include fasting as a part of their yearly and annual religious ceremonies and worship. So I think you can do the fast and you will get that secret of not having glucose and sugar constantly in your bloodstream, but you'll shut that off and turn on the fat burning machine through fasting.
Well, John, I know we only had a few minutes to talk today, but I'm super excited about the book, Z-Fast. I know you're going to do great. It's doing great on Amazon. So make sure you come back and check in with us and tell us how things are going. Give us an update from time to time. And again, all the success to you in the world, my friend.
Well, thanks so much, Paul. I was so excited to have the #1 new release on Amazon in diet therapy category. So very exciting. I'd love to come back. This is a hot topic in America, and it's really working for the people who have tried it. And I think that's why it's starting to take off as a true method to lose weight and keep it off for life. Scientifically proven to have a lot of health benefits, including heart disease, help with heart disease. So I encourage everyone to get the Z-Fast book, check it out, and incorporate it into your life. If it works, if it can work for you, leave me a message on my website and let me know about your success story. Thank you very much, Paul. I'd love to come back.
Well, thanks a lot, John. I'm sure you'll be back on the show. And again, great success to you and the book, Z-Fast. When we come back here on Athletes in Motion, we will set up next week's show. We'll have some final thoughts and, of course, the highlights of the week. That's next right here on Athletes in Motion.